So, game number 3 of the Men's Elite Series, the 24 crew against the Violet Vikings, and I'm delighted to have a very special guest co-commentator, James Hook, Welsh international, British and Irish Lion. James, welcome to the commentary booth.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you
along.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
And what you know, in your career, was there much time for sevens at all, or was it a little bit?
Yeah, well, I was speaking to Mooney this morning, and I started my sort of early part of my career playing sevens with. Whilst I played for Neath, I played for Wales Sevens, so I went to the Hong Kong Sevens, played in South Africa, George, and played in the Commonwealth Games in Melbourne. So yeah, started in the sevens game. So
plenty of pedigree then in the sevens game as well as in the 15s game, and the 24 crew starting off here a long stretch pass, and that has somehow found David Llewellyn. Really dangerous pass, and here is, speaking of danger, the danger man Jack Crompton has been outstanding in the first 2 rounds. The number 10 for the 24 crew, who were excellent in round 1 in Carmarthen and a little bit disappointing in round 2 up in Tonner. But speaking to Jack Crompton this morning, they did have boys away at weddings and stag do's, which
it's that time of year,
part and parcel, isn't it?
That time of year. It was amazing. When I was playing sevens at the start of my career, the rucks were nowhere near as physical as what they are now. Rucks were non-existent back then, but now so much more physical, isn't it?
And it's going to be the Violet Vikings who are going to get themselves on the board straight away, and it's Iestyn Bunyan. And that is a bit of a shock, really. I mean, the Vikings in round 1 and 2, they've had their moments, but haven't been able to string consistent performances together. But striking first here, and a really good try up the middle, James.
Yeah, against the run of play, haven't it? I think that's the thing with sevens, isn't it? One error, it results in a try more often than not, isn't it? And that's where the Vikings have just punished the 24 crew there. So yeah, hit back pretty quick.
We've seen that in the opening 2 games, how, as you said, a mistake can just change the momentum of a game, and just that sometimes that lucky bounce as well goes your way, and you're away. There's so much space on that field. We need a ball here, referee signalling.
That'd help, wouldn't it?
And I couldn't see from my vantage point whether that kick was converted, but
yes, it was. Yeah.
I'm getting a signal that it was. So 7-0 to the Vikings, and that kick is not as good as the conversion. It's gone 10 meters, has it? No, referee not happy with that, and he's going to reach for his pocket, and it's going to be a card for the Vikings. So referee standing for no nonsense here, and that is a big part of this. That is a big mistake. Huge advantage now to the crew, who are chasing a 7-point deficit. Crompton looks to go quickly, but referee pulls him back.
David Llewellyn, number 1 for crew, looks sharp, and he just pulled up with his hamstring. Actually, he's come straight off, so it's a bit of a blow for him.
That is, especially in the first couple of minutes of the first game of the day, that is definitely not what you want. But chance for the crew here on that far side. Pass is a little bit low, but well gathered, and stepping back inside. He's got a man on the inside shoulder. Can they keep the ball alive? It's paddled, but kept alive. Counter ruck is there, and the Vikings have come away with that. It's a really good steal by Cian O'Reilly, and a chance for them to break on that far side. Needs support. Crompton in defence. Really good backhand offload. I think that was behind the body. It's still alive here for the Vikings. Now it's in touch, but a really good steal from that breakdown.
Away again.
And the crew are away. You cannot take your eyes off this game for a minute. And it's been intercepted, but referee is going to pull. That's going to be another card.
Oh, wow, look at the space on the pitch now.
That is... I don't have a number 14 on my team sheet, so I will try and update as to who that is for the Vikings. But in the meantime, the crew still chasing their first try in this game. Has been really good defence from the Vikings, but a lot of space here to work in, and it's going to be walked in the end by Llew O'Brien, who can't quite get under the posts. But with 5 men, it's very hard to defend, isn't it?
It's only a matter of time now, wasn't it? It's difficult to defend with 7 players on the pitch. With 5, there's so much room. It's always going to happen.
And, you know, 5 players on the pitch, it's going to take it out of you as well, isn't it? Which is going to be significant when you think there's 4 games in this pool stage to go, and then potential semi-finals, finals to play later. There's a lot of rugby to play, and having 5 out there is going to take it out the legs, isn't it?
It's a long old day with the heat as well.
Luckily, we've got a decent breeze here to, you know, it's a warmish day, isn't it? I wouldn't say it's shorts and t-shirt weather necessarily, or sunbathing weather. It's an excellent kick. So the 24 crew will take the lead.
They're back up to 6 now, the Vikings.
Oh, correction, sorry, that is 7-all. The Vikings conversion was converted, so we're back all square again. And as you say, James, back up to 6 now for the Vikings. Sometimes so difficult to keep an eye on how many players are out there when there is yellow cards, because they come back on so quickly. It's not like in the 15s game where it's made obvious, but the kick is well taken by the Vikings, and they'll just look to bleed as much time with this disadvantage as they can here. Poor pass, and that has been knocked on, and that will give the 24 crew a really nice attacking scrum here, just outside the 22, in a good central position as well, so they can go either way here. Lots of space to work in.
Van Jones, number 24 for the crew, did really well to wrap the ball up. Then, you know, in 7s, obviously trying to get the offload away, but did well to wrap the ball up, stop the offload, and get the turnover.
Need a clean set piece here. Dan Davis, number 6, will feed. The Vikings will look to disrupt it as much as they can. It is a clean feed, and here's Crompton, the danger man. Good pass outside, and it's one pass, and they're in for the second try in the corner. That is number 3, David Lear, the Aberystwyth RFC man.
He's got pace, Jack Crompton, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was super impressive in round 1, and even in a less fruitful day for the crew in round 2, he did stand out. Crompton with the kick as well. He's got a good boot on him, but that's just going to hold in the wind. So 12-7 for the 24 crew, and fair play to them. They've made those yellow cards count.
Yeah, they have. Just looking at 24 crew as well. Like a lot of players on the bench as well, so they can keep chopping and changing, which is key in the 7s game.
Yeah, they got plenty of reinforcements, and they're a pretty young side as well. You know, you look down there, there's probably lads who are 19, 20, 21-ish, but they have been mixing it with the best so far in rounds 1 and 2, and Crompton puts a kick right on the 10-meter line. Beautiful kick, well gathered by his team. That's exactly what you want from a restart, which can be so important. And here is Crompton as he comes towards this near side. Pass out to Jack Jones. Another one of those impressive performers from round 1. Has to, and a bit of Techers on show here. It's a bit messy, but it comes out. Yestin Thomas was in there. And now a chance on the outside.
Nice.
And through goes Cadvan Jones, the Lampeter man, under the sticks, and that's a 3rd try in this first half for the 24 crew. And after going down 7-0 to the early try, they've come back really well.
Yeah, they're attacking the line really well, 24 crew. And as you said just now, one mistake. There was one drop ball earlier on, there's one missed tackle there, under the sticks. One error's costly in the game.
And that will take us to half-time. The kick converted 19-7, the score to the 24 crew. And a chance for us to grab a breath, because that was a pretty breathless first half with the yellow cards. We've had 4 tries in that first half as well. I mean, that is the nature of the 7s game, but that half in particular seemed particularly frantic.
Yeah, it was frantic, and like you say, 2 yellow cards were costly for the Vikings, but both teams wanted to throw it about, didn't they? But I think it's just the errors. Like I say, the ball's going to floor, the missed tackle just makes it the costly errors. And as I say, the 24 crew got a lot of reinforcements. They're chopping and changing, so bringing on some really good, fast talent, which are causing the Vikings a lot of problems.
Yeah, Vikings will need to step it up in the second half, the Llanidloes-based side. But as we've said, in rounds 1 and 2, they've had plenty of moments. And James, I understand this is your first time here to the Welsh 7 series. Were you asked by? It was asked by Shane Williams, is that right?
Yeah.
Who played in the charity match yesterday with his charity. Were you involved in that?
Yeah.
That team?
Yeah. So Shane's been up here for a couple of years, and he asked me to get involved along with obviously Jordan, who runs it up here. And obviously it's an amazing event. I've heard a lot about it, and yeah, when he asked me, it was a no-brainer, and yeah, it's lived up to the expectations. The game last night was pretty physical. I haven't played a game since my testimonial back in 2021, so I tried to play as deep as possible, not to get tackled, but. Wasn't quite as successful as I wanted it to be, but yeah, great occasion, enjoyed it.
So you've had a 5-year gap then from playing.
Yeah,
How's the body today?
I was going to say I can feel it today, but no major injuries, which is a positive. But yeah, I can feel a bit. My knees and shoulders a bit sore today, but no, it was really good. And both teams were fantastic, and there was plenty going on around the pitch as well. So really enjoyed. Hopefully, same again next year.
Yeah, it's a fantastic occasion, and just having a walk around this site here this morning, plenty going on and entertainment tonight, even without the rugby. But we're starting off in this second half with the 24 crew in control as they take the restart, and will start another attack. Really physical carry, good tackle as well. Came in that time Jack Hart, number 12, and he's forced a mistake there. Good tackle from Hart, but as they approached us on this near side, it always astonishes me, the physicality level in this game. It's crazy, isn't it, when you think about how tiring it must be to play this game in the heat as well. And there's still, the level of physicality is just relentless, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's not so much the running about, it's exactly that. You know, it's the contact area, it's hitting the floor, it's getting up again, hitting the floor again, and just repeating sets all the time. But I think the Violet Vikings, to be fair, they're defending pretty well.
And that's scooped off the ground, but the pass from the 10 channel wasn't a good one. Back now to Kai Thomas as the 24 crew force the Vikings back, but it's still alive for the Vikings as they'll look for a quick strike in the second half to bring themselves back into the game. Good carry in the midfield, takes a couple of crew members to bring him down, calling for a non-roll, and it's going to be a penalty to the Vikings. Quick tap and they're away. Reece Gill, and it's spilled forward. Was it? Yeah, it was, but the crew with the advantage, and they can strike a counter-attack here on this near side. Good step outside, and crossing under is going to be Gethin Jenkins, the co-captain, who is, again, another one of those really impressive performers in round 1, and he did exactly that. Once he gets the angle on you outside, he's really difficult to stop.
Yeah, he did well, and he saw the outside, saw about 10 metres of space, backed himself, took him on the outside, and Gethin Jenkins under the sticks.
And Cleo O'Brien will attempt the conversion.
Nice.
And we'll slot it over, so 26-7 the score for the crew now. And after a initial first minute or so of a bit of a shaky start, the crew have started to assert their dominance now on this game.
Yeah, the Vikings are starting to run out a bit of steam now, and they defended really well in the opening sort of 5-6 minutes of this game, but I think those amount of tackles they've had to make are starting to pay now, aren't they?
Yeah, as you said, James, the defensive side of this game, especially in sevens, can be so taxing, can't it, on your energy levels. And even in 15s rugby, making countless amount of tackles is detrimental to the energy levels. But they'll go again here. There's plenty of fight in this Vikings team, and they'll retain possession now inside crew territory as they go up towards the 22 of the 24 crew. And it's going to be a scrum to the Vikings, so an attacking set piece for them. And a good kick through there. Bit of a messy scramble, but sometimes you get the luck of the draw on the bounce, and a good opportunity for them here.
Yeah, it's the thing with sevens, you don't tend to play with a fullback, so when that kick goes behind, as a seven, you just work him as a team to try and get back and scramble and clear it up. And yeah, it's worked out well for the Vikings. Can they do something with this now?
Just over 3 minutes or so to go in this game. And as we said earlier, even with the score being quite, the margin of score, sorry, being quite large, points difference can mean the difference between finishing above somebody and somebody else when it's all said and done at the end of the day. So, you know, it's all about how many points you can score on the day and then see what happens when it's all said and done. The Vikings will want to do exactly that. Dummy runner placed in field, and now he'll receive it on this near side. Torby Upton in the number 6 jersey. Colombo up towards the line now. Go the Vikings. Look at the crash over Ellis Dickerson. They've got a pass in the corner. Needs to straighten up, and he's finished really well. Corey Saunders in the corner for the Violet Vikings. And that's a really good finish. Not an easy finish either. Had to kind of stop his momentum and go the other way and just touch down in the corner.
Yeah, there was space both ways, to be fair, on the left and the right, but great finish by Corey Saunders. You say he just managed to stumble over the line, but it just feels a little too late for them, isn't it?
I think for this game, yeah, too little, too late. But as we said, points really matter when it's all said and done. So that could prove crucial today, as the conversion is well off that time from Ollie Colombo. But a nice strike back from the Vikings, and I think they deserve that second try for their efforts. As we said, they've been made to do a lot of defending and have come up trumps in some big moments against a really good side. As we wind down to the last 90 seconds or so of this game, 24 Crew will fancy another one, and they could be in again here. Really good pass. That's Crompton again. He's making something happen all the time.
Yeah, and his support play is really good as well. When Crompton goes, there's always one or two support runners with him for that offload.
It was Llew O'Brien up with him. But they've been forced back here to the own 22. This should be the last play or so of this game, but the 24 Crew will fancy another one. Dan Davis, as it's just held up ever so slightly. Crompton, not too many numbers out here. They're a bit outnumbered, the Crew, but looking to make something happen. Llew O'Brien on the outside, evades the tap tackle, and that is a fantastic score from the 24 Crew, who were probably 2 against 4 on that side, and Llew O'Brien has managed to make all of them miss and go under the sticks for another try.
Yeah, as you say, made something of nothing there. I think there's 2 defenders on Llew O'Brien. Good footwork, good pace on the outside. The desperate ankle tap didn't quite come off, and that's a well-deserved victory for the 24 Crew.
And that's a really good win for the 24 Crew. 33-12 win against the Violet Vikings after a conceding the first try. Came back into the game. Those 2 yellow cards were pretty crucial, but a good performance from the Crew as they look to have an improved round 3, this time up in the Heart of Wales Sevens.